Is there a formula for happiness? In 2014, a team of scientists at UCL in London were commissioned with the task of discovering the happiness formula. Now, after testing 18,420 participants, they came up with the following happiness equation. H equals S plus C plus V. And in the equation, H stands for happiness, S stands for your cellular set point, C stands for conditions of living, and V stands for voluntary actions or choices you make daily. Now, the interesting part of the equation was the percentage breakdown of the different parts. They found them to be as follows. 50% of your happiness is actually made up by your cellular set point. So here, 50% of your happiness actually gets made up by this part. Now, conditions of living makes up only 10% of your happiness. That's it, just 10%. And the other 40% goes to voluntary actions or choices you make daily. Now, in an attempt to be happier, most people actually focus the majority of their attention on changing their conditions of living. But as the equation shows, that only makes up 10% of your happiness. So let's look at each of these individually. Your cellular set point, the S. Now, this is really your balance point that all of your cells, including your unconscious mind, will always try and find a way to return to. Now, some people have a higher set point, so their average day will actually be happier than someone else's. So how do you actually increase your cellular set point? The majority of your time needs to be spent feeling the feelings of what you want through activities like visualization, meditation, or contemplation. Any activity that replicates these feelings, the feelings of happiness, will actually do because they will actually create new foods for your cells to get hooked on. Now let's have a look at C, the conditions of living. No matter how much you change your conditions of living by buying items, it will never ever actually have a huge impact on your happiness because it will always be 10% of your actual happiness. Now here's the thing, the happiness that actually comes from shopping is actually quite transient. Research shows that happiness that you get when you leave a store where you've purchased something that you like actually only lasts 1 to 3 days. Yet this is still the #1 way that human beings utilize to get happier, actually to gain their happiness across the planet in any country, because this is all due to the fact that we are using marketing and media to convince us that this is going to make us happy. But unfortunately, this type of happiness is temporary. So think about this for a second. Ask yourself this question. How much time do you actually dedicate to increasing your conditions of living? And you may find that a large majority of your time is attempting to make money so you can buy this next thing or do this next thing to change your condition of living. But as you begin to realize how little an effect it actually has on your happiness, you may find that now is a good time to rewrite some of your goals. Now, the last one is the one that I actually like the most, the V, voluntary actions or choices you make daily. Ask yourself this question. When something happens to you during the day, what sort of meaning do you give it? Is it an empowering meaning or a disempowering meaning? And based on that meaning, what type of voluntary choice or action do you take as a result? So here's the thing, when something happens, take control of the meaning, and then off the back of that meaning, take an action that's actually going to drive you towards being happier. So there are some practical uses for the happiness formula. If you've enjoyed the video, please share it with your friends, comment down below, and if you liked it, please like it. And until we meet again, share your light, live your love, and do whatever it takes to be your own best friend. Bye for now.